to present my case study, Development on Women in Entrepreneurship, Malaysia, and Impacts During COVID-19 Outbreaks. These are our contents. We are going to look into the objective of case study, introduction, challenges affected Malaysian women entrepreneurs, such as cultural barriers, lack of spouse support, gender inequality, lack of training and low education, weak social and business networking, neglected women entrepreneurs in the cottage industry. And we are going to also look into the impact during COVID-19 outbreaks on women entrepreneurs. And lastly is our conclusion. Our objective in this case study are study on development of women in Malaysia, learn the challenges and barriers faced by women entrepreneurs, learn the woman entrepreneur success story at local, study the impact of COVID-19 outbreak to local women entrepreneurs. Introduction. Development can be defined as a process that creates growth, progress, positive changes, or the additional value in terms of physical, economic, environmental, social, or demographic components. The purpose of development is a rise in the level and quality of life of the population, and the creation or expansion of local regional income and employment opportunities, without damaging the resources of the environment. Development is visible and powerful in a long-run process, not immediately. And development is continuously improving and changing to a better environment in any aspects. Entrepreneurship was first mentioned in 17th century by economic thinker Richard Cantillon in 1755, but it only referred to men. Women entrepreneurs were widely recommended at the beginning of 19th century with the rise of consensus of feminism, then actively pushed in 21st century with availability of internet and technology as it allowed women to be more prevalent in business world. This is one of the famous quotes by Eleanor Roosevelt, the former First Lady of United States. She did mention, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do." Challenges affected women entrepreneurs in Malaysia. Cultural barriers. Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation (APEC) in 2013. Cultural norms regarding the role of women in family and labor practices in our country become a major distraction for women to expose themselves to business world. Malaysia, a multiracial country. The Malays still stress the traditional roles of women in their society. So do other races like Chinese and Indians. In fact, in Asian countries, the traditional impression of women's role still restricted to family. In Chinese society, son who carry the family name will inherit the family business, despite the capabilities or competency of the son. This is almost the same in Indian society, whereby some of their mindset, girl is a lost business from the beginning. as they have to prepare dowry when they get married. Additionally, men seem to be more aggressive, competitive, have large network, and able to face competition. Because of this, men tend to be more successful and outperform than women in normal perception. This is perhaps one of the big pulling off reasons for Malaysian women to participate actively in business arena. Many women entrepreneurs show greater concern on family matters even if they have an opportunity to expand their business. Lack of spousal support. One of the unique challenges is the balance among work and family. By nature, women as mother, the feeling is bound closely to their children. Malaysia Labour Force Survey Report 2015 indicated that Malaysian women entrepreneurs spend average 50.2 hours on work per week compared to the 47.0 hours by women employees. Ironically, that men entrepreneurs spent the same. Yet, the woman entrepreneurs is responsible for household chores and childcare back at home. According to WHO, Malaysian women are ranked as the 16th most stressed in the world because their spouse expect them to take up housework and childcare after getting home from work without having any intention to ease their wife's burden. Lack of support from their spouse push women entrepreneurs into the dilemma to balance up the time spent between family and business. With the workloads and pressure in business, this situation becomes worse for micro enterprise or small scale businesses. They will be exhausted facing the growth in business, meanwhile the costs at home. Without responsible sharing among husbands, it will let the woman entrepreneur to wrap up the business and go back to house, keep playing the role as wife. Due to this condition, many women choose to give up their own dream. Sacrifice is a moral value should have for a woman in traditionally concept. Gender inequality. As we discussed earlier, Asian countries seem chained up with traditional thinking and drive to women workforce earn less than men generally. In Malaysia, women contributed in lower wages workforce and only 15% women entrepreneurs in the market. Even though they are in the business generally, they earn lower revenue and less income than men. This condition is worse for single mother. The society will put an incapable tag for them. Due to this, the pay gap is widened up for women entrepreneurs. Based on the statistics on women empowerment in selected domains Malaysia 2019, Malaysia Gender Gaps Index in 2018 is 0.711. In the chart, it shows that women is earning lesser income than men, and in professional and technical workers, women actually is also lesser than men, whereby professional woman worker is only 44.3%, whereby men is about half, 55.7%. The next barrier is lack of training and low education. The challenge related to cultural barriers is the low education in women's society and lack of training providing to them. Many women started their business because of family hardship, whereby they need to support their household expenses. Gaining relevant skills and knowledge can also be more difficult for women since they frequently have triple work burden. If there is a formal or informal training, women may not able to attend it because women have to attend to their family responsibilities, or it might disagree by their spouse attend training after working hours. This has caused many women entrepreneurs start the business without adequate knowledge and skills. Next, we have weak social and business networking. Systematic networking plays a vital role in providing entrepreneurs with a variety of information sources which assist them to accomplish their goals. Entrepreneurs networking is a key factor for a business towards success. Women entrepreneurs hardly to build the network as previously they are not in the same circle as other men entrepreneurs did. And for Asian society, there's another barrier for women to do networking or build up social connection. Especially in Chinese entrepreneurs networking meeting, they will call up a drinking session, which is prohibited in some religions, and it is dangerous to women too. Furthermore, after working hours, women entrepreneurs seem to rush back home for her responsibilities for families. Thus, they have not much time spending in building up social connection with others in the field. Without a strong social and business networking, many women entrepreneurs face financial, social, cultural, and legal barriers to scale up their businesses. Then we have neglected women entrepreneurs in cottage industry. For developing country like us, cottage industry contribute a huge income for us. Cottage industry has some difficulties in marketing and distributing the products. Worst, the entrepreneurs in this industry have to go through the channels of suppliers, distributors, or resellers as middlemen to distribute or market their products. It really reduced their profit in the business. As a result, the aim to expand the business have been limited. Women entrepreneurs in the cottage industry, mostly with low education and lack of entrepreneur management skill to run the micro-scale enterprises. This situation not only happened in Malaysia, but other developing countries such as Thailand and Indonesia, whereby the development or government planning more toward urban city and rural area will be neglected. The impact of COVID-19. We have 1 million jobless in Malaysia since COVID-19 attacked our countries. COVID-19 is no longer a stranger for us. It has been penetrated in our daily life. It has been changed our daily routine, and it brings a lot of impact into our life, especially for women entrepreneurs. We have few women entrepreneurs attending our interview, and we would like to deliver their video recording and share with all of you, especially what COVID-19 have done to all of us as women entrepreneurs.
terbagi kepada kategori 1, 2, macam tahap 1, 2, 3 sampai tahap 5 kan. Itu dikategorikan tahap yang mana. Bila kita tengok kita punya keluarga kita yang kena tu tahap yang tak teruk lah, maksudnya kita yakin benda tu memang boleh baik.
Memang boleh baik lah.
Sebab dia cuma kita tak tahu yang dia ada darah tinggi ke apa kan, sebab dia dah test dah apa semua. Jadi peratus untuk sembuh tu memang sangat cepat lah. Macam tu lah. Maksudnya dia tak ada sakit yang macam sakit kronik tu dia tak ada lah. Jadi harapan untuk baik, kita memang kena kuat lah masa tu. Sedih memang sedih.
Sedih ya?
Sedih memang sedih, tapi kita kena kuat. Lepas tu kita banyak kerja lah yang kita kena buat, sebab dalam rumah tu kita kena bersihkan, kita kena jaga jarak, kita tak boleh macam, sebab kita keluarga yang happy, yang memang selalu jemaah sama-sama, makan sama-sama. Bila salah satu keluarga kena, benda tu dah jadi lain tau. Dah jadi memang sedih lah.
Memang sedih lah.
Nasib baik ada anak-anak yang lain yang memang tak kena tu, dia support. Adik-beradik pun support, bagi semangat untuk kita terus buat lah.
Alhamdulillah semua sudah sihat sekarang.
Yang macam dia pun dah buat follow up check up semua, doktor dah sahkan memang dah bebas.
Adik lah, adik yang bongsu
pun sama. Yang adik pun anak yang kecil tu dia pun cuma duduk ward 2 hari. Lepas tu dia kuarantin macam biasa. Lepas tu dia orang dah sahkan memang bebas lah. Sebab adik tu hingga tahap yang memang tak ada simptom, memang tak teruk lah.
So ringan sajalah. Hanya positif sajalah.
Positif saja.
Kak, adakah COVID ini mengubah cara hidup anda selepas mereka keluar dari ward dan sebagainya?
Saya rasa tak kot, sebab bila dia orang dah kembali normal, kita hidup macam biasa balik semula lah. Maksudnya kita boleh makan sama-sama, kita boleh solat sama-sama, kita boleh. Cuma yang beza yang macam kita tak boleh keluar macam dulu, macam orang lain pun ada benda yang sama lah. Maksudnya kita tak boleh pergi shopping yang macam pergi riadah, pergi berkelah, tempat-tempat yang tu memang semua orang rasa macam gitu. Tu je lah perbezaan. Untuk dalam rumah biasa je. Macam dulu juga.
Kak, tadi Kak ada cakap kan masa kerana COVID business tu dah jatuh hampir 50% kan.
Yelah.
Tapi saya tengok Kak ada guna online punya macam Panda, GrabFood. Adakah ini membantu banyak?
Macam akak punya ni pun tak berapa jugalah.
Tak berapa juga. Masih tak yang dine in banyak lah.
Lari banyak jugalah.
Lari banyak juga. Apa tindakan yang akak rasa akan buat lagi, sebab kita akan terus lagi MCO kan?
Yelah, memang kita buat maintain macam biasa je lah. Kita setiap masa kerja janji kita ada kerja. Walaupun kata orang tu tak macam dulu, tapi kita sekurang-kurangnya masing-masing ada pendapatan jugalah. Cuma mungkin tak semewah dulu lah. Tak income macam dulu. Ni tak makan pada gaji, anak-anak. Okeylah.
Okey, terima kasih Kak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saat ini saya akan memberikan jawaban atas beberapa pertanyaan yang telah dikirimkan oleh kawan saya dari Panggau. Pertanyaan yang pertama adalah, apakah COVID memberi efek terhadap pendapatan Anda atau rumah tangga? Yang jelas jawabannya adalah iya, karena sejak COVID 1 tahun yang lalu pendapatan kita berkurang karena kita sebagai petani perempuan, hasil dari bumi ini sulit untuk dipasarkan karena distribusi, dan kemudian yang kedua adalah sulitnya untuk mengakses beberapa pekerjaan yang ada karena dibatasi oleh peraturan-peraturan yang ada di Indonesia seperti jaga jarak, pembatasan jam kerja, dan lain sebagainya. Untuk pertanyaan yang kedua, apakah COVID memberikan gaya hidup? Ya, gaya hidup hari ini kami sebagai petani perempuan khususnya yang ada di Indonesia sudah berubah. Di antaranya adalah gaya hidup seperti kita ketika keluar kemana-mana, kita harus memakai masker setiap hari ketika kita keluar. Kemudian yang kedua adalah kita harus menjaga jarak dengan orang asing, tidak sembarangan kita menerima tamu karena untuk menjaga kesehatan kita. Kemudian gaya hidup yang lain adalah kita lebih banyak belanjanya hari ini itu berubah. Dulu belanja langsung, sekarang kebanyakan kita di sini adalah melalui belanja online dan itu tidak harus keluar rumah karena kita menjaga diri dari orang lain untuk mencegah penyebaran COVID-19. Pertanyaan yang ketiga, apakah COVID merubah aturan sebagai istri atau usahawan selama ini? Ya, jawabannya bahwa hari ini sejak COVID-19 ada sebagai pandemi di Indonesia, tugas istri adalah bertambah karena kita hari ini harus menemani anak-anak untuk belajar di rumah dan itu membutuhkan waktu 2-3 jam per hari yang sebelumnya itu kita tidak pernah menemani mereka dengan kemampuan yang terbatas sebagai istri atau sebagai ibu rumah tangga di rumah. Kemudian untuk usaha petani perempuan di sini juga mengalami pergeseran yang dulunya kita itu pergi kerja keluar rumah. Kalau di sawahnya itu tetap, tapi kalau pekerjaan-pekerjaan lain tambahan itu kita harus bekerja dari rumah sehingga kita ini malah lebih menguntungkan karena kita nggak harus kemana-mana dan pekerjaan kita bisa sambil menjaga anak-anak di rumah. Sedangkan untuk usaha pertanian hari ini kadang kita mengalami kelangkaan bahan pangan sehingga kita harus lebih bersemangat lagi untuk menanam sendiri dari rumah sebagai kedaulatan pangan. Mungkin itu sedikit jawaban dari saya. Apabila ada pertanyaan lagi mungkin nanti bisa dikirim oleh Cing. Terima kasih. Salam dari Indonesia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi, we are nurses from private hospital. We'd like to share some our experience, what are challenges that we found during our working experience.
During this pandemic, our income being deducted due to low taxes, so we have low number of customers. Moreover, we are not allowed to do overtime. Our shift, which previously from 7 hours, changed to 12 hours, which I found really tiring and challenging to us.
Besides that, the nurses' burden have been increasing, including all the workloads. Why? Because the nurses in the private hospital will not only stand in our own unit, like HDU, high dependency unit, because we will be deployed to a health screening center to performing checking temperature, we will be performing swab for patients to rule out all the COVID-19. All is a very high risk of jobs. So besides that, another challenge that we found is actually the isolations in our private hospital is not sufficient. Because all these patients who are pending for their result, waiting for their result, actually have to be nursed in the isolation room. But this is what we lack of.
Moreover, handling COVID-19 patient, we need to wear our personal protective equipment, which means PPE. So we need to update it from time to time how to donate and doffing this PPE. So we found challenging in this area. Moreover, we feel very suffocating wearing the PPE for long hours. And somehow we can't go back to our family, we can't go back to our hometown as we are exposed to COVID-19 patient, making us become high risk for our family.
So I think those are the challenges that we found in the private hospital. So just stay at home and take care.
Okay, hi, I'm Kam. During COVID pandemic, actually, it not much affect my income, my personal income, because my job or my company is fall under essential service, so we still can continue operate during MCO, CMCO, or RMCO. Okay, while from my household income, it affected because my husband is working in Singapore. During MCO 1.0, he came back, and during those few months, he did not have any income. However, we still need to pay for house loans and house renovations. You know, all these are money. So actually it's very difficult during that times. I believe during this COVID pandemics, it affect all the people lifestyle, including me. Although I still can go to office to work, but there are lot of restrictions. We cannot have physical meetings, talk face to face with the clients, with our team member, and some of the important meetings have to postpone until now. It's still postponed. Okay, besides that, we also cannot have a dinner time with our friends or colleagues, cannot have gathering, cannot have a happy hour after workings, and sometimes even cannot have lunchtime at kopitiam. I still cannot adapt it until now, even though already 1 year. Okay. And for my business, we started the business on year 2019. Then the next year means year 2020 is COVID year. Initially, we very worry because we are in the property management lines. We're managing buildings, and our business is project based. During this COVID-19, lots of SME, small medium enterprise close their business. Actually, we very worry. However, we are quite lucky because during MCO 1.0, we get the 3 new sites come in, and now during MCO 2.0, another new site come in. So for me, actually, this COVID-19 bring the business opportunity for my company. Okay, well, for my role as a wife, okay, I married on year 2019. Then the next year means year 2020 is MCO year. So, actually our plans are messed up. As I mentioned just now, my husband is working in Singapore while I'm in JB. Initially, I really feel upset and depressed because need to separate with the husband for so long. Okay, even though we do every day do the video calls, chit chats, share our daily life, to maintain our relationship. So for me it's still not enough. Okay. But after quite some time, I know that he do know when can come back. So I do know when I can meet with him. So I adjust myself to make myself to accept this kind of long distance relationship for these 2 years. Okay, this is my sharings. Thank you.
As for conclusion, COVID-19 outbreaks changed the universe from many dimensions. We, as the human beings in the earth, have to learn to live together and fight against the expectation at all times. We have to respect all life as we expect each other as human beings. Gender inequality is a topic since old school times, but yet in this industry 5.0 era, we're still facing the same old song. Women roles in entrepreneurs is getting important and increased from year to year. We can't demolish the performance and the result achieved by those successful women entrepreneurs, but we have to salute them on their outstanding performance. As an ancient saying, respect is to be earned, and we as a woman entrepreneurs are fighting and earning the respect from our hard works. Equality in pay, treatment, or terms in the field are what we are fighting for. Viva women entrepreneurs!